What up, people? You know what time it is. It's Wick TV. Catch you in a little bit.
She's a glamorous girl, and she came to rock my world. All the guys, they wanna get with her. Step back, cause you know you can't get her. First of all, you got to have money, just in order to be a honey. But hey, that's down my line, cause I like a girl that's fine. Give her everything that she wants. Golden money so she can flaunt and show that she got Gucci, Louis Vuitton. MCM styles of every kind. Mega design Alpinas. This girl, man, you gotta just see her. Sooner or later, she'll be my
What up,
wife,
people?
and
It's
that's when
me.
she'll live
It's
the
me.
glamorous
It's
life.
Big Willie, aka Mr. Swick, Mr. Wick. Another episode of Mentally Fit with Mr. Wick. I'm your boy, your big homie, no other than Mr. Wick. How you doing? We have a good show today. We have a lot to talk about. A lot going on. Some serious issues that come to me and mine. And we're gonna need to talk about. But we're gonna get into our kudos. Kudos goes out to Tiffany Edmonds. Also her birthday was this month. Happy birthday. Kudos goes out to Miss Vada Hill. Happy birthday. Kudos goes out to Tessa Hubbard. Her birthday was in this month. So kudos goes out to you, the power couples for this episode. Whew, been knowing this power couple for a while. And I gotta say, it's something about those Smiths. It really is. So power couple kudos goes out to no other than Mr. Harrison and Latrice Smith. God has blessed your marriage. God was with y'all through the marriage. And I hope that he continues to bless your marriage until death do us part. Not, like I said, it's something about those Smiths. So power couple kudos goes out to Mr. Dwight and Linda Smith. You all has been a blessing, not only to my life, but to other people's lives. And I hope that, you all marriage will still and remain be in God, and may God bless you in your journeys. Also, power couple goes out to, one of my second parents. I love them. The Colemans, Mr. Kenneth and Barbara Coleman. I look up to y'all. I hope God blesses y'all in your journey. And I thank God for you all being in my life. Now, on to the topics of the day. It's heavy. Really heavy. I don't know how true it is. But I hear that there's something going around that's worse than HIV, that you can catch it even with a condom. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this: you got to stop dibbling and dabbling. It's just too much going on out here in society today. It's a lot of mischief, a lot of vengeance, a lot of mistrust. I know take heed, young folk. I know you don't want to hear this because you don't understand it, but I'm telling you, as a friend to all of y'all, abstinence is the best way. It just going on too much. STDs is going on. Then we got a large rate of teenage pregnancy going on, and it's just getting out of hand. But the thing is, it all comes with self. It's all with self. What do you think of yourself? You can't figure that you're gonna dibble and dabble with anybody and everybody, and don't think there's no repercussions behind of it. I take you back in the word. Word says that you shouldn't have it until you're married. And I personally found out a couple years ago, why the Bible stresses that. Because see, when you're intimate with someone, people will always say, well, I don't catch no feelings, I can do it with no feelings. As time go on and you do it, somewhere along the line feelings get caught up. And then when the breakup happens, then it's hard, and somebody's really hurt because of the fact that they was either misled or deceived. But if you don't give up the good goods, you find the true person, whether it's male or female. You'll find the real person. Uh, so I mean, let's be more protective. Let's make wiser, more choices, and let's not give up the good so easily. You have to make the person work for it, and that's when you'll find out exactly what kind of person that you're dealing with before you get intimate with them. Other news today, we're talking about. I want to know what in the world is going on in the prison system. I mean, I got people, they telling me down there in New Orleans, they got beer, they playing, they got a couple some drugs up in here. I mean, what is going on? I'm not getting this. I really don't understand this at all. I mean, you're in prison to be locked up. You're not in prison to be out on the street. I know prison is a multi-million-dollar, well, scratch that, billion-dollar industry. But I'm not really, how should I put it? I'm not really a fan of the whole prison industry because of this. I find it ironic that not only here in Charm City, but in a lot of places around the United States, I find it ironic that a prison get built so quickly. It'll pass so quickly. No objections, no veto, none of that. But, building a school, funding a recreation center, coming up with ways to empower young adults and it's always a gimmick. It's always a delay. It's always some kind of blockage there. And I'm just like confused with that. Here it is, we got prisoners somehow got guns and walking around with Budweisers down there in New Orleans. And God knows how many other jails has been doing it, because there's always a copycat. Once it hit the news, there's always a copycat somewhere. So I'm trying to figure out, but when it comes to real issues to keep young people and young adults away from these type of places, it's always a delay. That's right, I forgot. If somebody ain't getting paid from behind the scenes, it ain't gonna get done. That's right, I forgot about that. If somebody doesn't have their hands or getting paid that's behind the scenes, guess what? It don't get done. And it's a crime shame, because in the third world country, over there, it's amazing how they have the lowest crime rate against the United States. But that's because, there is no buyout over there. You either going to do a fine or you going to do some time. That's just how it's going to go down. There's no such thing as, people getting bought. I ain't saying no names. People getting bought to get out of stuff. And if you do the crime, you're going to do the time. Point blank simple. Yes. And over there, you can ask them prisoners over there, it ain't no luxury. You can't walk up in here with no Xbox and PlayStation and 19, 20-inch TV, and and your baby mom's Keisha giving you a pair of Jordans every 2 visits, every other 2 months. Nah, over there in some countries, if Keisha want to do that, guess what? She got to pay the prison system to come in there and to see, and that's in Singapore. I kind of like that. So I'm not a real big fan of. I just want to know what's going on up in here. Prison is supposed to be for punishment, not for the taking of freedom, but also enjoy freedom. Enjoy the luxuries of what you had on the street. Come on now. We got to do better than this. On to other things. I'm going to talk about the situation here that's going on in Baltimore. And this comes from a question from a friend of mine. And he says, why do people think that Sheila Dixon back in office will be a better situation for Charm City, Baltimore, Maryland? I can't really speak what other people think. I will say that before the embarrassment happened of Sheila Dixon, a lot of people stuck by Sheila Dixon. People like Sheila Dixon. Like I said on the last episode, that I felt that she's doing the first step of regaining the city's trust. If she wants to win, it's asking for forgiveness. That's the first step of anything when you do something wrong, or admitting that you have a problem. Now, where it goes from here, only God knows where it's going to go from here. Like I said, a lot of people want the current mayor step down. They feel though that she didn't do enough during the Baltimore riots to either stop it, prevent it, or even after it. So, it's interesting to see how it's all going to play out in the end. Then someone asks, why does it seem that the governor doesn't care about Baltimore? I don't know. It's so many things that I personally think that should go down in Baltimore. But like I said before, it is wild. For instance, I feel like that Baltimore is going through a poverty right now. There's less jobs, and then when you get a job, it's not paying the amount of money that to live off of. I feel as though that the city should meet the people halfway, meaning cut down on some of these fines and things, and bring back I think they should bring back the can't think of it right now. When like it used to be, like for a certain day, like if you had a parking ticket, fines or whatever, it'll get reduced to the original fee. I think that stuff like that, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, be beneficial for the city and for the citizens. You gotta understand, people having hard times out here. Don't think because somebody driving that they got it all, or or they doing well for themselves. A lot of people are just making it, paycheck by paycheck. Speaking of that, I want your viewers to be out on the lookout for. I got a new show coming in. I'm working on it for Wick TV, and it's called America's Backyard. I'll let your show do itself. I'm not gonna give a whole lot of details, but that's it. That's what it's all. I had the pleasure of hanging out with some real good friends of mine. The Greater Greenmount. We hung out the other day, and it was a blast. We reached out to the communities. Eastern District, was hand in hand with us, and we talked we mentored, we did it all, and it was a great outcome. I even got a chance to meet the new commissioner. He was cool and everything. I just pray and hope that God gives them the plan for the city of Baltimore. And it was real touching. As a matter of fact, I encourage neighborhoods to get in contact with your local Congress, council people, your local police department. That's the only way that we're going to take back our neighborhoods, is when the show out comes. I mean, it can't be just 5 coming up talking about, yeah, we want to change our neighborhood. It would take majority of the neighborhood to say, you know what, enough is enough, okay? Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of seeing the news. I really am. I really don't even kind of like look at the news a lot, because of the fact, it's ridiculous. Teenagers it seem like them homicides are getting younger and younger by every time I look at it. So we got to do better as a people. We got to do better, America, period. Now, trash talk. Oh, man. Nobody's giving me no feedback. So, like I say, God bless my Ravens. And no, I am not and won't root for no Steelers. And I won't root for no Patriots. And I sure enough won't root for no Dallas Cowboy fans. No. My teams are the Baltimore Ravens, number 1. The 49ers, number 2. The Philadelphia Eagles, number 3. Mississippi Woods, we got that. Number 4, I like the Packers. Number 5, I like my Raiders. And that's because of history. Now, big shouts out goes to a division that seems to be under the radar, but they do a lot than what people give them credit for. And I'm going to end. Big shouts out goes to Silky Woods and the Baltimore School Police Department. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for the help that you provide. Also, shouts out to Scotty Washington and the Sheriff Department. Thank you for all the help that you do and provide for the city. I know sometimes you don't get the recognition or the respect, but here at the Wick TV, we salute you guys. Until next time, peace and increase the peace. Thank you.
Treat you like the elephant, and man, you would be hocked and locked in a jar with the lid hanging on the wall of Michael Jackson's script, cause I'm bad. In fact, I'm a thriller. I drink milk, that's why I'm a top biller. Like a funeral home, I'll make a killing. I'm not Giz, even though I'm still chilling. Guys say that I'm scary, girls say that I'm cuddly. Rough like bark, but dark and lovely. This ain't no game, and I'm no toy. And like Anita Baker, I'll bring you joy with my word when I open my mouth. Scare Oliver North to go and break south. A homer is a noter, but you know I smack a faggot. Boy, you gotta see me, I'm rich like Jimmy Swaggart, I'm a loon. And coming soon, a rhyme kick to this Popeye tune. This is hip-hop with a little bebop, and I won't flop, cause I can't stop. I will mop up the slop and then go to the top. I am not RoboCop, I'm Chubra.